Have you ever thought about how much time we spend searching for happiness? Yet, despite our efforts, we often feel sad or dissatisfied. We manage to have happy moments, but rarely lasting ones. Scientific studies show that living happily allows us to have a longer and better life, thanks to a lower incidence of diseases. So, why aren't we happy every day? One of the most important aspects that influence our happiness is freedom. Imagine being able to travel spontaneously on a long weekend without having to plan every detail. Or think about someone who has the freedom to work remotely and can choose to do so from a beach or a mountain retreat. We don't always have to do what comes to mind, but having the freedom to do so gives us a sense of fulfillment and possibility. Countries that offer their citizens the freedom to choose their own destiny and support them throughout life's difficulties have the highest satisfaction and happiness rates. Think of Denmark, often at the top of global happiness rankings, where citizens have access to free education, an efficient healthcare system, and flexible work policies. These are usually the nations with greater equality among citizens and fewer economic disparities. Having the power to decide what to do and the certainty of being able to try again in case of failure gives us a sense of freedom that leads to joy. Think of an artist who decides to dedicate herself to painting full-time, knowing that if it doesn't work, she can always return to a more traditional job. When we commit to something we believe in, even if it's difficult, we find a sense of motivation and a desire to live. We are not talking about grand endeavors, but simple daily gestures done with awareness and intention. Preparing breakfast for your children, if done with love and dedication, can be an immense source of happiness. Imagine waking up early to make your kids' favorite pancakes, seeing their face lighting up with joy. This is because every activity done with awareness shows that we care about something and have an inner motivation. Often, we talk about intrinsic motivation, which comes from within, and it's not tied to external rewards like money. Intrinsic motivation finds its meaning and purpose within us. Think of a volunteer who dedicates his time to cleaning a local beach. He receives no monetary compensation, but the satisfaction of seeing the beach clean and knowing he has done something good for the environment is an immense reward. Associating motivation with something external can give us an initial boost, but is not a long-term solution. To maintain the same drive, we need increasingly larger rewards. Conversely, a sense of belonging, a stimulating environment, an ambitious goal, and the ability to make a difference in society are rewards that rarely translate into something material. The joy of giving, for example, is hard to monetize. These are examples of how happiness can arise from having an inner motivation. So, what are the things that makes us happy? Each of us is different, so there is no one-size-fits-all rule for achieving happiness. However, we can make some considerations based on scientific and philosophical studies. Humans are social beings, programmed to be together and accepted in our societies. Helping others and being generous brings satisfaction and happiness. This is because we have evolved to advance together, even considering our selfishness and personal interests. Think of someone who organizes a fundraiser for a charitable cause, or offers to do grocery shopping for an elderly neighbor. This gesture, no matter how small, makes us feel part of something bigger. Generosity is not just expressed with money, but also with time, hospitality, and sharing what we have, whether material goods or knowledge. Think of someone who teaches a foreign language to immigrants for free, or offer their time to read stories to children in an hospital. These gestures, somewhat selfish, make us feel good about ourselves. Giving is an act we do for ourselves, to be happy. However, happiness is not the only purpose in life. Without a purpose, life can seem pointless, a succession of boring days. Having a why in life is a powerful source of happiness. Think of someone who dedicates their life to scientific research to find a cure for a rare disease. If we know why we do what we do, if we have a strong sense of motivation and meaning, we can overcome many obstacles. This inner power drives us not to give up, to try again, to change course, and to start over. Finding this purpose requires patience and focus, and it can change over the course of a life. A dream is often something unattainable, but the mere attempt to achieve it is the reward that gives us a joyful life. Even if a dream is grand, every small step toward its realization brings joy and satisfaction. The journey is as sweet as the destination, perhaps even more so. We don't necessarily need to be happy, but to have a reason to be happy. The continuous search for a reason to be happy is what drives and motivates us. This doesn't imply happiness itself, but it is precisely this drive, this constant instinct that pushes us to explore life. The continuous journey represents the freedom we have in our hands and an invaluable source of happiness. It's a paradox. The search for happiness is the true happiness, the secret to living a full and satisfying life. We will make mistakes, certainly. We will change our minds often, very likely. We will take risks, of course. But that's the beauty of life, not having answers, but continuing to search for them. If we find true satisfaction and inner peace, we don't know, but we can commit ourselves every day. If all of this scares us, remember the words of Viktor Frankl. Live as if we were living for the second time and had made the wrong choices the first time. This pushes us to try, to use our freedom to walk courageously and discover what makes us happy. Think of someone who decides to leave a secure job to pursue their passion for photography. Even if the path is uncertain, every shot, every exhibition, every positive feedback is confirmation that the chosen path is the right one. We won't find our answers written anywhere, but we must have the courage to take pen and paper and write our own lives. It doesn't matter if we write poorly, can't find the words, or make mistakes. Life is ours, and it's up to us to live it and explore it to find what makes us happy and proud of a life well lived. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe to Lumina Thinking to not miss the next content. Every video is an opportunity to stimulate curiosity, generate awareness, and grow together. If you have questions, opinions, or stories to share, leave a comment below. Your voice is important and contributes to making this space a place of exchange and inspiration. Together, we can face life's challenges and find new perspectives. Stay with us and get inspired. See you soon.